3 over the weekend.
After an exciting opening of the first half of the GFF Elite League, the Federation began the final round of matches over the weekend with a number of matches played at the GFC ground and the Lenora Track and Field Stadium. On Sunday afternoon under a cloudy sky at Lenora, the first match was a showdown between Ansgrove United and Buxton United FC. The first goal of the game was scored by Ansgrove's Steve Francis in the 18th minute.
Amstel FC, that's game number 2.
The scores were now 1-0 in favour of the Grove squad, but in the 35th minute, Buxton's Hugh Phil gave his team their equaliser for the first half. Not long after this, before the close of the first half, Nixon Robertson walked past the front door of Ansgrove to give his team their second goal of the game in the 43rd minute. When the game continued in the second half, Ansgrove's Maxton Adams came to their rescue to score in the 51st minute. The two teams fought tirelessly, each coming close to scoring, but failed in those many attempts. The game eventually ended with the scores at 2-2. Head coach of the Ansgrove United FC, LLOYDWYN SEMPLE, said his team fought a good fight.
Can you tell us how this game went for you guys?
Well, it depends on the situation, because we saw training just a few days ago, right? And we don't have a turf to work on. So where we train is on sand, right? So more ball work, we can't do much ball work, right? So we just focus on our fitness. But the game, all in all, it didn't went too bad.
Your players, what made them fight to get this?
Well, it's encouragement and self-belief, right? Because always encourage them to believe in themselves and just composure in front of the goal and just work.
I mean,
follow instruction and work.
You had a setback early on in the league. Can you tell us how you're working on bettering that and coming stronger? Well,
first of all, we're taking it one game at a time because we need points so we could move away from the relegation zone, right? So one game at a time, but we're working hard.
Maxton Adams, one of the scorers for Ansgrove, said he thinks his team should work on fitness going into the next game.
Yeah, it was a good experience, cause just like how the game played, but just that was weak game, but I just failed to score the 2 goals that I missed. But better luck next time.
So what will you work on going into the next game? Or what do you think the entire team needs to work on going into the next game?
Maybe we'll work a little more on the fitness and a little more finishing, and I think that is it.
Competitions director of the GFF, Ian ALVES, gave some insight on his expectations heading into the second half of the league.
We're looking on with keen interest at the second half because as it is now, we are in the middle of the transfer window, the pre-season transfer window, and a number of the elite clubs have used the opportunity to boost up the potency for the second half. There's been a lot of movement of players. Some have gotten players in positions that they thought were deficient previously. So we expect keen competition going into this second half.
Other games of the day were Cougars versus Denamstel FC. Denamstel took a 5-0 victory over Cougars. In the final game, Malrock FC of Linden took on Western Tigers. Tigers thrashed Malrock 4-1.
This weekend saw a good turnout and a good opening to the second half of Season 3. For the HGP Sports, Colwyn Abrams.